Well, hello and welcome to I Love Gay today. And we are in the music world today. And we're here with Billy Mick from Orlando. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Wait a second. There's two of you.
I know. We have stormy weather today in Orlando,
Oh
so
no.
I have a I have a guest.
This is a symbol of the modern world we're in, is that I think the pandemic, if somebody was to look at it and say, were there any winners out of that? I would say most of everyone's dogs because they were so happy to have you home.
Oh my gosh, and we've gone everywhere with them. Like even when we go to the store or anything like that, one of us will go in the store and the other one will stay in the car with them.
I love it. But no, I know that you've recently come out with a new album. We don't need to even stalk you online because you do such a great job of promoting yourself through all the social media platforms. But yeah, you have a new album called Leveling Up. Yes.
Yes, I do. I just released that only on Bandcamp for right now. Back in I guess about a month and a half ago in April.
Yeah.
So I did my first full showcase of my music and the night before, and then released my album on Bandcamp, and it was cool. It was neat. I like it. I'm old school. I remember going to the record store and saving up your allowance and getting a record for $7. So I wanted someone to have that experience. There you go. If you want to hear it, it's there.
You may be old school in some ways, but I think that you're one of the most amazing new school music artists. But I also take note. I really believe that others should kind of pay attention and follow what you do because not only you released this album on Bandcamp, but you're really good at being very present on all the other platforms, especially with some of your singles, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, and so forth. But you've really leveraged all those quite well.
I've been what I started releasing in 2019, and
Okay.
I tried to, or initially I was releasing one a month,
Yeah.
which got to a place where it was after a year of that, it got to a place where I was like, okay, that's a lot. So now we've gotten to a much better place where we're able to kind of plan out the next single and kind of spread it out. Like I came out with the single for Leveling Up the same day I released the album on Bandcamp, but the music video is coming out this Friday is the goal.
Excellent.
It's in final edits.
When you have it, you have to make sure to send it over to me. I'll make sure to include it in the YouTube link on this.
You will see it first.
I love it. But not just because you're on YouTube, but you've also even leveraged all the social media platforms as well. I think you've done an amazing job, not just on Instagram and so forth with some short form video, but also on Twitter.
I really enjoy the music community on Twitter a lot. They're very supportive. They're very, they retweet and they follow, and then they'll follow you on Spotify. I've made a lot of great connections, and the LGBTQ music scene in the last 2 years, it's cool because that's what I was really focusing on when I was releasing my first single, Flesh and Bone, because that was really pride themed, the song itself. And trying to find those outlets was very difficult. But it's amazing how much that's ramped up. We have Quarantine, we have everything on your station, all the music videos. We have all the like. There's so much more available to LGBTQ artists nowadays, and the community on Twitter is really great for that.
Yeah, I noticed. I mean, that's how I know you and I have not just connected, but that's why I think you're unique in that sense that you treat people on the other end of that computer screen as a real person, and which means we're not connected. You're engaged. You
Yeah.
collaborate. You communicate. So that's how I love it. That's how we do.
Well, thank you. I try to always imagine that there is somebody actually there on the other side, and I should always be kind and respectful of that.
Yeah, but also like you were saying with Quarantine, and then like Kenny over at Q Music Reviews and so forth. That last piece online of collaborating with a lot of the music reviewers that are out there that have an amazing audience on all their own.
It's really cool, and also the LGBTQ music chart over in the UK. It's really cool to get to see all those things kind of come together and everyone kind of communicate with each other, and it's just it's a really big community, really trying to push these artists forward. Because I mean that's what all artists need. They just need exposure. They have great content. It's just if people aren't hearing it, well.
Yeah, but no, it's interesting if you compare it to the Once Upon a Time world. But once upon a time, if you're a music artist, your choices were limited. You needed if you wanted to be in the LGBT space, you needed pride festivals to book you, and you needed media to talk about you. And if you didn't have either of those two, or it was then no one knew who you were.
Yes, it's very difficult, and it's been exceptionally difficult because I released my first single in July of 2019. I got to perform at Miss Gay Days. I got to perform for Barbara Fund fundraiser, and then I got to perform at Space Coast Pride. I was booked for other prides, and then quarantine happened. And luckily, all the local drag queens started figuring out how to do virtual shows, and they wanted a variety show. So they wanted singers and stuff. So I jumped on that bandwagon. I was out of Tampa, Digital Days. We did that for their pride, and we ended up doing it for a year. I was on there every Saturday.
Wow. You became at least short-term became a virtual music artist.
Yes, I felt like I was felt like Cher. It was wonderful. It was great. And luckily we have this space over our garage, like this kind of bowling alley room. So we had fabric laying around, and we had lights laying around, and some sequins, and we ordered some lights off Amazon. I had a fabulous set for all my shows.
I think I've seen some of those. So, but even then, though, kind of moving forward, you are performing live again, yeah?
I am. I'm working at House on Church. It's a new venue that we have here in town. The owner is Blue Star, and she has varieties, and she has a couple of different burlesque troupes as well. So she oversees the entertainment there. So it's always kind of it is a variety show. You have like an aerialist, and then you'll have some burlesque, and then you'll have a singer or a circ act, and it's a really cool place. But it's a restaurant too. Okay. So it's really neat, and a lot of artsy people like to go there, you know.
I love it. Well, most importantly, I look forward to being able to connect with you in the real world. I know that I just got back from Fort Lauderdale for their Stonewall Pride that they had last week. And
yes.
I know that
were you at the parade?
I was at the parade. Yeah. I mean, it was an unfortunate event, you know. Turns out it was an accident, and but that was pretty much out of sight of everyone that was there. So we didn't really know it was happening until the next day on the news.
Okay, good. Yeah, well,
yeah. I know, but you've got Orlando Pride coming up here in October. So hopefully, let's cross our fingers that I'd be able to see you there. If not performing, that at least in the revelry there.
Well, absolutely. If I'm not performing, if I'm performing or not, you can find my husband and my friends. We'll be over in front of the Lake Eola Wine Company. Yeah. It's like the best place to watch the parade. I shouldn't be saying this to people out loud. You can sit right there. You can have wine and food. It's fabulous, and watch the parade. It's gorgeous.
I love it. Well, I look forward to being able to connect with you there, in the real world. If not there, then somewhere along the way on our paths. And
absolutely.
But most importantly, I'm just really glad you're able to take a few moments and share some of your story with our audience here.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here. It's wonderful to actually be talking to you for the first time.
This is almost like hashtag in the real world.
I know, right?
All right, you take care.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.